And Brandon Hudson joins us now. Fighting blight isn't the only way the city is preparing for the draft, Brandon. They're also planning ways to keep everyone safe down there.
Yeah, right. So it goes from blight in our neighborhoods to even having our emergency medical teams in the right places at the right time. Look, this is a huge endeavor for the entire city because this is something we have not seen before in Detroit since probably the Super Bowl, and that was back in 2006. So you see the construction crews that are still working on the draft stage at the footprint, which is what normally would be the Monroe Midway. But as far as what we did today, we got a chance to go to one of the disaster preparedness warehouses, and we got a tour and see what some of the things that will be used next week on site. So you're going to have about 140 volunteers. They're going to be doctors, nurses, physician's assistants. All of them are going to be either on foot, they're going to be in golf carts, they're going to be at first aid stations around the footprint so they can help with everything from sprained ankles or a pulled hamstring that somebody may pull from the NFL draft experience at Hart Plaza to, and we hope this does not happen, but if anyone goes under cardiac arrest. So they're going to be able to help with a whole bunch of things. And so I was able to ask, since this is a one-of-a-kind event, and it is a huge event because, last year in Kansas City, we saw, 300,000 people over the course of 3 days. I said, well, what do you compare this to? And they told us, the best thing that they can compare this to as far as insight goes is to, look at the Detroit Marathon that happens. The Free Press has the marathon every year in November, so they have crews stationed for that all over. And then they also have crews that were in place for the Grand Prix. Both events, you see the Free Press Marathon, they're both in downtown. So you may not see the medical personnel, and that's fine, totally fine by them, but they are there when they need it.
Yeah, so the city is no stranger to big events. Yeah. The NFL draft will definitely be something incredible. We're expecting to see so many people out there. Did you get to tour it, and did you see anything unique as far as what they're doing here?
So we are, as far as what we saw, the main thing is street closures right now. Street closures and construction. And for probably I'd probably say, 6 months now, we have been trying to figure out where and how they were going to fit this large footprint, which we know is from Campus Martius Park all the way down to Hart Plaza, how they were going to fit this large footprint in downtown Detroit. Because downtown Detroit, that area is somewhat congested. It's got a whole bunch of bars, restaurants, and whatnot that are there. So we know that, I think 1,700 people are going to be in proximity of the stage you see here, and that's going to stretch. And then the rest of the 100,000 plus people are going to stretch all the way down to Hart Plaza. Not to mention, you're going to have people all around the footprint that maybe can't get in, but will be hanging out. So for a while, we tried to figure out, how is this going to fit? And now we are seeing it. And then next week, I believe the NFL, the city, they're going to open up the footprint officially to the media. So we're going to be able to show you on Live at 11 on the noon, how the footprint's going to look. And then the next day, that Tuesday, they're going to open up the theater portion so you can see where the main action will be happening.
That's going to be so exciting.
It is.
And as far as those safety procedures go, if people, just stay safe and don't do anything too crazy, we won't have to worry about all of that.
Look, if you are an older NFL fan and you think you have dreams of doing a 40-yard dash, either stretch.
Stretch for a long time.
Yeah, but if you pull a hamstring, look, medical crews are going to be there. They're going to be able to help people out in the event that you pull a hamstring or you roll an ankle.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.
Anytime.